Hey guys, welcome back. I am Savar here and today in this video we are going to begin with making tutorial videos on Thunkable. So this is the first video of this tutorial series where we will be showing you how to create an account on Thunkable and some basic info and creating your first project on Thunkable. So let's get started. Now simply come to the any web browser of your desktop. In my case I am using Microsoft Edge. Now simply open Google, then search Thunkable. Here it is, click on it. This is the URL of their website. Simply click on it. It will take you to their website. So let me show you how their website looks like. So this is their community button which will take you to their community page where there are many experts who will help you regarding Thunkable. Then we have a doc button which will take you to their documentation page where there are documentation regarding their components and etc. Then we have a blog button which will take you to their blog page. Then we have a pricing section. We will talk about this in the later part of the video. Then we have a login and sign up button. If you have already signed up to their account to them, then you can log in. If you are a new user, then you can sign up. I am doing with sign up. So this is their sign up page where you can sign up with your Google account, then with your Apple account. If you are an iPhone user, then you can use your Apple account. Then thirdly, we have a email sign up. Here you can use your any email address to sign. I am doing it with Google. Now simply select your Google account. It will take some time to load. Before beginning with the detailed tutorial, I would like to give a quick shout out to Thunkable. We would like to thank Thunkable for sharing their 20% discount promo code for our audience. If you want to do lots more things from Thunkable, then I recommend you to take their membership and use our promo code made with Thunkable to get a flat 20% discount on your first purchase. So let's begin. Now this is just a general setup where you have to describe about yourself. So I am doing it. That's all is done. So this is the home page of their website. In bottom you get some example projects which will help you to get started with Thunkable. Here we have a start building button. Simply click on it. A pop-up will come where you have to write your app's name or project name. I am giving a name called demo, and then we have a category. You can select it if you want. Then we have a public, and this is the project category. You can create a public project or a private project. We will talk about this in the later videos. And just uncheck this part and click on create. Then it will take some time and your project will be created. So let's begin with the overview of this page. On left hand side, we have left hand side top corner, we have a double icon, and then we have a design button. Beside that, we have a blog button where all the code blocks will be available. Then we have this project setting where you can set up all the things of your project like icons, app name, description, app bundle ID, that is package name, and many other things like Firebase settings, Google Map settings, AppMob settings, etc. Then on bottom of that we have a component tree where all the visible components will be available. Now why visible? I will tell you after. Then on bottom of that we have a invisible components. This is the invisible components tree where all the invisible components will be available. Then we have a file where all the files that you upload to your project will be available like icons, images, any other files, etc. Then on bottom of that we have a data source where all the data source will be available like Google Sheet data source or Airtable data source, etc. On bottom to that we have a components. All list of all the components are there, including invisible components and visible components. These all are the components that will be used for designing your UI and other necessary works. Then in middle we have a mobile where you can design your screen, UI. Then on top of that we have a screen one, and this is a plus icon to add a new screen. Like now it is added, and you can notice that when I have added a screen 2, here also screen 2 is added. So this is why it is known as a component tree, where all the visible components will be available. So we can delete it from here. And we have this set in property section of your components. Like now it is selected screen 2, so it is showing screen 2 over here, where you can change the color of your screen 2 like this, simply like this, or upload a background picture, set its alignment, make it scrollable, change its margin, borders, etc. Then beside that we have a advanced section where advanced settings will be available. Then on top of that we have rename button where you can rename it or you can also delete it. We will talk about these two in later videos. So now let me show you how to create it. This is how we have created it. Then on top we have a lab test. Using this you can test your project live in your desktop without downloading the APK in your device. So this is amazing. They also have APK called Thunkable Live where you can test your project in your mobile live without any installation of your project. So this is a pretty cool thing that they provide. Then beside that we have a share feature which will allow you to share your project to anyone. Uh, to share your project you just need to click on generate link and it will generate a link and you need to share it to your friend and they can download it. Then beside that we have a make copy through which you can make a copy of your same project in your account. Then we have a download button where you get download option for Android plus iOS. You can download your project for iOS also and Android also. That is the APK. So in publish section we get the opportunity to publish our APKs to iOS App Store, that is Apple App Store, in Android, that is Google Play Console, and we can also create it as a web app. Then beside that we have a help section where you get documentation, community, video tutorials. Then over here also there is a community button, then language settings, then your accounts, and that's all with the overview. So I hope till now you have got a basic idea of using Thunkable. So now let's talk about the visible and invisible components. The visible components are the components which are visible on your user interface like buttons, text input, label, etc. And on other hand, the invisible components are the components which are not visible in your user interface but they work in the backend like Firebase DB, Firebase authentication, text to speech component, etc. So now let's create a Hello World project in which we will be using both visible and invisible components and we will be doing some codes which will give you a basic idea of using Thunkable and creating your app. So let's begin with it. So now for creating this project, first of all we need a column. So let's drag it. Here it is. Secondly, we need a text input which is available here. Let's drag it. So you can see that how I have added the text input in the column. Then we need a button. We just need to drag it and it will be added. So let's do some UI design. So you can see how I changed the color of the background. Now let's edit this text view, edit text, sorry, text input. We are keeping a margin of 10 so that there is a small gap between the button and text input. Let me change the color of text input. We are giving it a radius of 2, changing its width, border width to 2. Now this is done. Let's edit the button. Let's change the color of button. Let's rename the button. It's done. So this is the whole UI design, a simple UI design idea. So now let me show you how invisible component is added. We are adding a text to speech component. You can see in bottom there is a text to speech component. You simply need to drag it over here and it will be added. You can see the component in the bottom side and you can also see it in the invisible component section. So now we simply need to go to the block, click on blocks. Then over here there are many blocks like control, logic, math, text view and some component blocks. So to code this program, code this project, we need to click on button 1 which is present here. Then we have to drag a when button 1 click block, simply this one. Then we need to go on text to speech one component which is shown here. Then we simply need to drag this block and this is done. Now we need to drag a one more block, that is we need to drag this block text input text, and that's all. This is the simple code for this project. Now this is done. Now we can test it using their live test feature or this preview feature, or we can also test it in our mobile in real time using their Thunkable live app. So let's click on this live testing and test it. It takes a little time in loading. Now it has loaded. Let's test it. I'm writing a hello and I'm clicking on button speech.
Hello.
You can see it has told hello. Now let's say hey hi.
Hey hi.
See, it has said hey hi. So I have written please subscribe, like and share. Let's see.
Please subscribe, like and share.
So you can see how it can speak. This is a cool simple hello world project for you all. You can try this. So I hope you have liked this project. This is just for the beginners. This is just the first episode of this tutorial series where we have shown a beginner tutorial. In this part we will be creating more such episodes where we will be going from beginner to advanced. So stay tuned, stay connected with us and do subscribe our channel.